We got us a team 2 together with Facile on that Demonology Warlock. We got Jesus on the Unholy DK with Kiosk. Ooh, Kiosk got his new set of gear. 1800 set, no helm though. Ava Maria returns as a Retribution Paladin, as well as Talrion as a Night Elf. Fury Warrior and Night Elf, I like it. With Facile gonna be first up. And Circle with a dono. Didn't write a message, but can we get hashtag Sir Khaled chat? Over on team 1, we get Yasser Shot Love. Gonna be up first, getting stunned up by Facile. Is gonna go for the trick and summoning up a full Tyrant. Facile could be under a ton of pressure as soon as the Tyrant rounds the bed. Gonna be the stun from the pet. Silencing Facile. The Tyrant, I think, getting one cast in there, maybe two. It looks like Yasser is having to back up for a second. This is gonna be a Fellord coming down, I think, on top of Facile. Facile using a Fellord more defensively. Yasser backing up out of there just to make sure he's all good to go. Facile is starting to get some of his pets rounded up, getting his own Tyrant marching towards Yasser. And I think Yasser hit the Tyrant with a Curse of Exhaustion just to line aside that thing to not touch it. Gonna be Facile. I think Facile's the one dropping down the big explosive trick. It's gonna be a trip to the Facile. He's trying to set up for himself the Necrolord Bolt with the decimating setup. Yasser using a different trinket though. Instead, he's using a magic damage reduction trinket, reducing a lot of the magic damage, I think, for like a minute. Yasser tried to set up a Decimate Bolt. Facile with a wall. Yasser tried to go for instant cast. And there's going to be some Decimate Bolt set up by Facile as well. Get some big damage for Yasser. Does he have any big go? Gonna be the Obelisk down for Facile. Suspense should be a little bit more amped up, ready to go. Yasser taking the port, backing up out of there. Facile going for a fear into a banish onto the pet while he's behind the pillar. Yasser just trying to recuperate his own army of demons. Go for Handigal Dons. A little bit of drain of life. Facile not really looking all that good. He got a dark back covering a majority of his health bar, but his health himself is actually quite behind. Sun onto Facile with a port by Yasser on top of Facile right now. Does he have a second sun to go? Facile out in the middle of the open. Yasser getting stunned up. Facile's on the defensive. He has all these demons attacking him. He better get a defensive Mortar Call onto the Felguard. It is very, very short, but he does need it just for a heal. And that's going to be some Handigal Duns, maybe a Decimating Bolt. Potentially one of the pets could be low on health and could get the big execute damage onto Yasser. Looks like it was a bit of damage, but Yasser had plenty of defense. He barely took damage from his Decimating Bolts, or rather Demon Bolts empowered by Decimating. Facile getting blasted out as Yasser walks by him, hits him with the Demon Bolt, gets out of there, going for the reset behind the pillar as Talrion charging out, immediately getting hit with a Curse of Exhaustion, slowing down this warrior's approach. Blade Storm onto Yasser, summons up trying to summon up a Tyrant. He has at least one Decimate Bolt instant cast ready to go for Talrion. If you can get some Demon Doggers in there, Mortar Call, gonna be fearing all those pets. The Tyrant stops in place. Talrion finally gets an opportunity to get some damage to Yasser. Could potentially be a fear, trying not to get interrupted, not gonna be a pummel out of Talrion. Looks like he backs up out of there completely as soon as the Tyrant is back up, awake from his fear. And Talrion looking for that full reset behind the pillar, just trying to see if he can chop down the pets. Go for a couple of Raging Blows and Rage Regeneration, and Yasser at a distance, just trying to wait for Talrion to approach him. Axe Toss Fear by Yasser, gonna be the warrior breaking out of the fear with his Zerka's Rage. Yasser trying to see if he can blast him out with a couple of Demon Bolts. It is looking for a full reset. Big port away, and Talrion is starting to actually really take a bit of damage. That was his wreck. Wants to go for big damage, but he has nothing to really hit with that Recklessness. What Covenant is Talrion playing? That is my question. We haven't seen the banner. We haven't seen the spear. Haven't seen the knockdown or soul shape just yet. Potentially Venthyr maybe? I haven't seen Condemn at all. I feel like we would have been seeing that a little bit easier here. So I think might still be Night Fae going for the big knockdown as soon as he enrages. Trying to wait for some cooldowns, stick it back. Trinket back up very, very soon. Reckless is back up very soon as well. And Yasser swinging around the side. Not seeing Talrion. He got himself full Fleshcraft ready to go for Talrion. He's going to be trying to see if he can resummon a new full Wrathguard. Stopping himself in place. Going to be that board as soon as Talrion charges out. The warrior's limited on ability. It's going to be a big leap over to Yasser with a Blaze Storm, breaking him out of that slow. Of course, of Exhaustion. Going to be a fear out of Yasser trying to set it up. Trying to avoid an interrupt by Talrion. Going to be that trinket to remove some of the magic damage from Talrion. Not really sure what he could really stop. I guess a lot of the covered abilities are magic damage. Except for the banner, which is just straight up above. Dalaran super low in health, getting hit with big decimate bolts. Could be big execute damage reflected. One of the evil bolts not reflected. The second one, massive healing as he's getting blasted up by these pets. Gonna be that enraged generation trying to catch up a little bit of healing. Yeah, it's actually having to go for a little bit of health funnel for his pet, just so that thing doesn't die. He's gonna be sending more demon dogs at Dalaran from around the corner. It looks like the Wrathguard, one of the Wrathguards is gonna be going down. I think it might be the extra bonus summon Wrathguard. I think it was the Felguard that's the summon, but the Wrathguard is the base pet. Dalaran with a reflect. It's going to be big Night Fate knockdown. Trinkets out of this just to get the pressure rolling. The Night Fate knockdown is going to disrupt Yassis as he's trying to get some fears on Dalaran. Another knockdown by the Agent Aftershock. Finally able to walk out of the Aftershock. Dalaran charges back in, not letting Yassi get a reset. Big board by Yasha. Does he go for the leap? Could potentially be a portal to the personal lock gate for lock portal for Yasha with a flash gun to try to catch up. Quick pummel to interrupt the shielding. And Yassi using whatever instant cast he's got to try to deal with Dalaran fear. No way to Zerker Rage out of it. Is trying to get some drain, life, health, funnel, health siphon from the warrior. So far, the Dalaran so far has been able to just battle out Yassi. So far, he's been able to play toe-to-toe with him. But Yassi is just unkillable. This man just got so many defenses behind him. He got all these pets, all that CC, and he's really making the game slowly but surely climb into that dampener. As long as he can find a way to get Dalaran low enough, at least about half health, he can hit him with a massive decimating bolt, summon up a big tyrant. The demon bolt should do a ton of damage. Just to wait out until the blade storm is over. While the warrior's blade storming, there isn't really much you can do. Wait, Dalaran actually focusing down on the obelisk. He just used a raging blow just to take that thing out. Yo, that is just enough. We're gonna be big tyrant. Decimating bolt's not enough. Dalaran might be in trouble. Shadow bolt. It's gonna be critical done. Potentially fear. Dalaran doesn't get hit for the fear. The pets are back on him. The tyrant, is the tyrant still gone? No, the tyrant is trying to make it over back to Dalaran, but he can't really do it. The tyrant fades away. Potentially, maybe Yassi could go for some demon bolts. He needs to get the procs of instant cast demon bolts if possible. Big demon bolts to Dalaran, trying to get himself a lot of healing. Big Night Fate down for Yassi. Might need to go for a port or something. Needs to get the mobility to get out of there. Gonna be a stun on Dalaran. Is near the gateway. Does Dalaran have a way to reconnect? Soul shaping over, trying to be attempted to fear by Yassi. Is getting interrupted on the shadow. That magic heal, that magic absorb trick is going to try to help him as best as possible, but with all the physical carnage by Dalaran, not much you can really do. And Dalaran does end up taking him down. With Douchey gonna be up next. What a name. Big Convoke into Dalaran, but whoa! Your Convoke ends up attacking, I think, a little bit to Ave Maria. I think Kiosk as well as the pet. Just being in line of sight of the rest of the team does make that Convoke a little bit less good. So position us in the dueling arena is going to be extra important. Dalaran does survive the Convoke with Incarn, trying to avoid the Boom Kid while Incarnation is still rolling. Douchey does end up bailing out of there, wasting his Incarnation by a few seconds, but he does need to retreat back up. Dalaran does dive into stealth though, and since he doesn't really know where the warrior is at, he has a guess more or less. He can't really continue to put pressure on him. The warrior does wait for the druid to approach him. It's going to be Zerker Rage out of that destroyer, and going to be a charge as the druid tried to get away. It's going to be Douchey putting the dots back up on the Dalaran. Eventually, he's going to have to figure something out. He probably is playing the 1 minute Convoke. He is trying to max out the damage on Dalaran. Going to be reflect the last second. Does Dalaran have enough to survive here? It looks like he's doing okay. Does not go for Rage Regeneration just yet. Just go for whatever normal self-healing he got. Going to be a bar skin for Douchey. Is he's trying to land a Cyclone on Dalaran just to peel this warrior off of his back. Another attempted Cyclone. I don't think Douchey is playing the faster clones if he isn't running the PvP town for it. Knockdown of Douchey. Could be a big execute by the warrior. Cyclone to the warrior. The Night Fate might just end him right here. He's trying to heal it. The Night Fate Aftershock is still doing damage though. He's trying to heal it. Oh, just walk out of the Night Fate Aftershock next time. That walking out of that Night Fate Aftershock is what really set him behind. Because he kept trying to heal, he got a regrowth. Night Fate knocks his health back down and knocks him on the ground. Then he tries to heal again. Night Fate knocks him back down. So you got to walk out of there immediately as soon as you can. The man was just like no help whatsoever. Just an unwinnable situation. Dalaran versus Arhi. Try to see if you can survive the enhancement. Shaman's Burst is going to be a Sunder. Dalaran is going to be caught in the static totem with a stun totem right after. Dalaran could be in a really, really bad spot right now. It does trick it out of the stun totem. And needs to use everything he can just to survive Arhi's damage, because Arhi got plenty of healing. We are getting into that high dampening as we hit in that 10-minute mark. 30% dampening. Dalaran back it up out of there. I'm swapping the wrong person completely. Sorry for the whiplash, boys. But Dalaran does back up out of there. Ghost Rules on him. Ellie Blast slamming into him. He could go for Enraged Regeneration as Arhi Just trying to keep the pressure rolling. It's going to be, I think, dropping down the Primordial. Big lightning bolt zaps. It's going to be Dalaran using his defenses with rage duration just to see if he can survive. Going to be the Hex out of Archie as he goes for a Flesh Cap. Shattering throw just to break through a shield. Going to be that Thunder just to prevent it. The Flesh Cap gets eliminated basically fully with that Shattering throw. Archie is kind of exposed, but he has plenty of health, plenty of mana, plenty of Maelstrom generated as he's getting Ghosts in there back to back. Going to be the knockdown by Dalaran. Needs some better defense as he can just to survive this damage. Doesn't have a lot of weights and self-healing. Let's see, maybe has impending victory coming up. I think it might be over. And Archie does end up just absolutely decimating right through him. Archie is playing the static totem, but he's also playing just like Yasa. That damage reduction shield from any magic damage going to be Jesus with a grippy hand, trying to get the big grips back, yoinks onto Archie, stunning him down. And trying to see if he can claw him down. Big damage out of the Unholy Death Knight, absolutely just decimating Archie. Koopa gonna be trying to skulk around the corner. Got himself the party mog. Ooh, I like the shoulders. I miss those shoulders, man. I haven't used them in a while. Look at his mog. He's got like some Castle Nathra pieces. I think he got some like Legion pieces as well. Got a good mog, dude. A good party red mog. Jesus trying to see if he can get away from Koopa. As the rogue got a Adrenaline Rush rolling, just trying to see if he can max out the damage. Has a killing spree in case he wants to chase out. Jesus is going to gouge him before the Death Knight does get behind the pillar. Does he have a stun follow? Does Jesus have any ways out of it? That's going to be exposure trinket. I think the damage is split between him and the pets, but the Death Knight is going to be going down. Does the trinket split the damage between the Death Knight and the pets? Or does it only affect players? Can pets absorb it, chat? I don't actually remember. Because if it is split, he had his Skulker, he had his main ghoul, so that's like 3 targets that trinket is splitting damage between them, which does reduce his value heavily. Gonna be Ave Maria picking up the eye, trying to get the big opener to Koopa with a tricky gouge before Ave Maria can really land their damage. Kidney shot by the rogue. Blade Flurry, I guess so you could kill the Common Slime as well. I guess he has an extra target, only affects the players so pets don't absorb. Really? I didn't realize that. Koopa with a Cloak of Shadows. Ave Maria trying to keep the pressure on the rogue. Gonna be the quick blind. As Ave Maria got himself built up a big wings to proc, ready to go with the next auto attack. Flash of light, ready to go. Koopa hitting him with a sap. Koopa just trying to sit in stealth, get himself a re-roll for roll of the bone, slice, nice rolling. Ave Maria getting sapped out. At least for survival hunters, and I've seen split on pets. Really? Okay, so if it doesn't work in survival, then I doubt it works in anybody else. Ave Maria with big wings proc, big Necrolord burst, and does take the rogue out. Not much you could really do with Sejura charging out, not really letting Ave Maria catch up on the Flesh Cup whatsoever. Last one left, holding the fort over for the team one. Ave Maria, hand of freedom, but backing up out of there with a pony, just looking for that reset, trying to get himself a little bit of healing. Sejura trying to max out the damage with a big old hammers. Reflect available versus Ave Maria as they go for a Shield of Vengeance. Wings up, bubble for Ave Maria. Does have a lot of help to work with. Sejura trying to see if he can break through with a shattering throw. Nothing really left for Ave Maria. Sejura doesn't end up executing him. Kiosco last one left, trying to go for a big Flash Cup. Sejura just used a lot of his defensives as he tried to go for a Flesh Cap as well as a first aid. Kiosco dropping down the big trinket. Sejura walking out of it, does get frozen for a second. That's going to be banner, everything available. Trying to see if he can return the damage back to Kiosco. Big raging blows. Reckless Abandon, not really going anywhere. Really difficult to peel this warrior off you. But Kiosco does find his steel trap just to put it in place. And Kiosco is looking for the reset. The camo doesn't give him a lot of survivability. Sejura does find the pet. Rowan wins it out. Trying to stay on top of Kiosco as best as possible. Blaze Surf to follow as he's getting hit by that chimeric poison. Needs to turn around and get some healing off of that pet. Freezing trap stops him in place. No more trinket left. Kiosco trying to go for a first aid. It is going to give you some healing back, but we're getting pretty high up in a big kill shot. I think the warrior might be over. Does get himself a little bit of healing in the last second. Reflect is up for the next trap. Mounted up. Next stun by Kiosco could be really deadly. Does Sejura have a stun of his own? I don't think he does. It looks like he ate that trap. Tar trap, explosive, and that's going to be over. Does Kiosco run the Necrolord Lego, by the way? Does Kiosco run Necrolord Legendary? It looked like there was an explosion at the end. And Dalaran does end up capitalizing with 2 kills back to back. Let's get another duel going, boys, yeah? Let's try to see maybe if we can get some variety over for the Team EU, some different arenas, different faces.